Hey everyone, welcome back to Genai's Linux News. Let's kick things off with some exciting news about Linux Mint. According to ITS FOSS, Linux Mint's Cinnamon desktop environment is graduating Wayland support from experimental to fully stable in their next release coming this Christmas. This is a huge milestone because the team has been putting serious work into making Wayland rock solid, and they're saying the experience is now nearly on par with X11. And here's the cool part. Unlike some other distros that are dropping X11 entirely, Linux Mint is committing to supporting both display servers. So whether you prefer the traditional X11 or want to jump into the future with Wayland, you'll have that choice. This dual support approach means you get stability and flexibility, which is exactly what Linux needs. Next up, gamers are going to love this one. Valve has just released Proton 11.0 to 1 as stable, and according to Fornix, this is a major update to their wine-based compatibility layer that powers Steam Play. This means significantly better Windows game support on Linux systems and the Steam Deck. Proton 11.0 to 1 brings substantial improvements to how games run through Steam Play, giving Linux gamers the best experience yet. Whether you're playing on your desktop or taking advantage of the Steam Deck's portability, this update is focused on delivering better stability and performance for your favorite titles. If you've been on the fence about Linux gaming, this is a great time to take the plunge. If you've been waiting to use Anthropic's Claude on desktop, the wait is over. As reported by OMG, Ubuntu Claude Desktop for Linux has entered beta, and Ubuntu users can add an apt repository to get automatic updates. This beta brings the same chat, co-work, and Claude Code experience you'd get on macOS and Windows, including parallel sessions, visual diff review, an integrated terminal and editor, and live app preview. Now, it's worth noting that not every feature has made it to Linux just yet. The computer use capability isn't available on the Linux beta at this point, but this is still a fantastic start for Linux users who want to leverage Claude's AI capabilities in a native desktop application. For those interested in cloud infrastructure and server performance, Fornix has published some impressive benchmarks on AMD's new Graviton 5 processor. AWS recently made their M9G and M9GD instances generally available featuring these new in-house ARM server processors, and the numbers are compelling. Graviton 5 achieves roughly a 30% geometric mean performance improvement compared to its predecessor, Graviton 4. This upgrade leverages ARM Neoverse V3 cores instead of the older Neoverse V2, supports up to 192 cores, and runs at a snappier 3.3 GHz clock speed compared to Graviton 4's 2.8 GHz. If you're running workloads in AWS Cloud or considering a migration, these improvements could translate to real savings on your compute costs. Sticking with AMD for a moment, Fornix is reporting that the latest AMD GPU display code updates are bringing new features to benefit modern hardware under Linux. Specifically, AMD is enabling the CACP feature, which provides enhanced power savings for OLED displays. This is particularly important as we see more laptops and mobile devices adopting OLED technology. With CACP support now being wired into the Linux graphics stack, AMD users with OLED screens can expect better battery life and thermal performance. It's these kinds of targeted optimizations that show AMD's commitment to making Linux a first-class platform for their latest hardware. Now, for those of you who've been following the astonishing progress of getting macOS off Apple Silicon Macs, here's an exciting development. According to Fornix, initial patches are being posted for booting the Apple M4 on Linux. Now, we should temper expectations here. This is early-stage work, and we're talking about basic console boot capability at this point, not a full-featured desktop experience. But the fact that device tree files are being prepared for M4 support shows the community is hard at work. The groundwork laid with earlier M3 support is enabling faster progress on newer chips. While M4 MacBooks running a full Linux desktop environment isn't ready for end users yet, it's heartening to see this momentum. Keep an eye on this space. Moving to display server updates, Fornix is reporting that Wayland 1.26 release candidate has just dropped with some notable improvements. The standout change is a new event designed to help ensure that pointer coordinates are absolutely correct. This might sound like a small detail, but precision in pointer handling is fundamental to a smooth desktop experience. especially for precision work like photo editing or CAD applications. Beyond this improvement, the RC includes the typical assortment of bug fixes and refinements you'd expect in a point release. If you're running a Wayland session now or planning to switch from X11, these kinds of polishing updates are what make the transition more seamless. Finally, a security heads-up from Fornix. 2 new security issues affecting the X.org server codebase have been discovered, and XWayland is also impacted. XWayland January 24th, 13 has been released to address these vulnerabilities. If you're running systems that use XWayland for compatibility with X11 applications under Wayland, it's important to get this update deployed. These kinds of fixes might not make headlines, but they're critical for keeping your system secure. Check your package manager for updates and don't delay getting this patched. Security doesn't happen on its own. It requires vigilance from the community.